Welcome, everybody. Don't ask me if we're actually on or not, but it seems like we're on. Hello, everybody. Welcome to, a very much overdue live stream. I just wanted to say podcast. It's not a podcast, but good to see everybody. Actually, I was just lying right now because I don't see anybody. But let's just see in the chat what's going on. Hello, Chris Raw, who has a green thing. And my name, my weird face next to it. Funny. Hello. Hello, Lay. Hello, Costman. Hey, Grow Bro. Oh, dude. Hey, Grow Bro. Hello, Linda. Hello, Marketing Automation. That's a name. Can you guys hear me, actually? That's the first important thing. Type in the comments 753 million. 111. So that's the only way for me to know that you're actually here. I see in-flight music. Yeah, I was just saying about you. I was like, hopefully you don't understand that we're gonna have a call tomorrow and not today. I couldn't go on today because of this live stream. Anyway, hello Dana. Greetings from Portugal. Hello Edith. Greetings from India. Aryan Music. Hello there, Dominators. Awesome. Great to see everybody. We're going to have some awesome things coming up. I saw somebody before in the comments who was actually picked for one of the reviews that we're going to do today. And let's just wait a little bit until everybody joins and until everybody gets settled in right here. Chris Raw, I can't remember the number. Well, it seems like then you can't hear me. Anyway, cool. So basically what we're going to do today is we're going to pick, I already picked 3 of you because you sent me in some stuff. Beforehand and afterhand and betweenhand, we're going to, obviously, I will answer all of your questions that you have. And we're just going to make this thing awesome and hopefully the most valuable thing for you in 2025. It's only 9 days so far, so stakes are not as high as usually. Hello from Belgium. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Where are you at right now? It's always interesting for me to see what the YouTube algorithm does. I remember a year ago, I was in Kiev, had a live stream, and it didn't show this live stream to almost anybody from Europe, with just like Europe cut. It was so interesting where you guys are from. Let me know. Now, like I said, I picked 3 of you already today, but we're going to do at least 1 or 2 more afterwards, or in between, actually. Basically, using a evaluation system that we do in our creator mentorship. And, we used to do a lot of live streams here, not so much anymore. I made it a goal for myself to have at least 1 a month right here. The reason for that is actually I'm doing live streams every week in my creator mentorship, similar to those ones, just a little bit more lively because I want to talk. I talk to people. People actually talk to me, which. Maybe we can kind of do that next time here somehow. We'll see. Hello, Stefano. What's up, man? Hello, Bay Area, California. Hello, Topher Gentry. Just make sure to not go south. I just saw from some of my friends what's going on in Southern California. Horrible. Crazy, actually. Hamburg, Germany. Awesome. Costman, where are you streaming from now? I'm streaming from my actual home now in Dubai. Yes, for those of you who don't know, I'm 80% of the time I'm here in Dubai. Sometimes I'm in Vienna. Almost never anymore because it sucks. I just can't. With that being said, who's here for the first time ever in one of these live sessions? I'd love to know because, you'll see in a second. Also, we have a delay, so I'm just going to wait awkwardly until you answer because I love to know who's here for the first time and who was here before. Cosmin, first time here. Motivational Berlin, hello. What does it mean, me? I already forgot what I said. Me, first time. Okay, first time. So lots of first timers here. Crazy. That is crazy and kind of sad for me. Okay, so if you're back in the days, we did a lot of live sessions here, live streams here during the COVID times, obviously, because that's what everybody was doing. And we were getting drunk a lot here on the live streams. I got demonetized a lot. Probably I'm going to get I already got demonetized right now because of the song that I just played. Anyway, does not matter because we don't need the YouTube money, those pennies. But anyway, back in the days, we made it a habit to actually drink some dirty water. And I have some dirty water here. Let me just get it. I had some dirty water here. And this is the proof that I don't drink a lot. It's just water that's been standing here. You know, YouTube algorithm. It's not alcohol. I'm not even gonna say the word. I already did. But so this is dirty water. It's been standing here for a while. Seems like it's monkey piss or something like that. So everybody who has dirty water at home, let's pour one out. Just a little bit, because I don't want to overdo it, because I never do that anymore. I don't know. I got older or something like that. Yes. Just put this here like this. There's no advertisement. Yeah, no ads. We don't do ads. Yeah, so cheers, first of all, everybody. Great that you're here. I'll show you how to actually grow your Instagram and all of your short form content this year. Things have gotten a little different, to be honest. Things have, it's gotten, I don't want to say more sophisticated, but just different in a way, because the stakes have become a little higher. That's the thing. What I have noticed, especially on Instagram. I talked about this a little bit beforehand in one of my recent videos. But what I see across the board, and seems to have started to change in the past 3-4 months maximum, especially on Instagram, seems like that you now need to go, if you really want to make it, you need to go above and beyond in terms of quality, production quality, content quality, and just being a awesome creator. So that's what I'll show you today, some of the things you can switch out right now. Basically, we're gonna do what I call bottleneck analysis, which is something that we do if people come to my hands-on one-on-one program, the mentorship program, actually the creator mentorship. This is what we do if people come in, and then constantly for 12 months with people, at least for 12 months. Some people love to stay longer. And essentially what that is and what we're going to do, and you'll see that in a second, I will score your content based on some metrics, metrics. And then we'll see what are your biggest bottlenecks. What are the things you need to fix instantly? What are the things you need to fix a little later? What are the things you don't need to fix at all? And because we're a bunch of cool people here and a bunch of smart people, I guess, you're also going to help me rate that. So when we're going to look at some of the profiles in a second, you're going to, just in the comment section, or in the chat box right here, just help me rate that. Because I'd love to know. Maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I have a different opinion. That's the thing. That's the most important thing on social media. Doesn't matter in this case now if it's even on YouTube long form, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts, whatever. There's no right or wrong. I mean, there's a lot of right or wrong, but there's no one way to do things. There's no one strategy that will help. This, by the way, why I'm sometimes hesitant to actually create short form content myself. I started again. Soon I will make a video on what happened while I stopped and why I stopped. But what I see work a lot, especially on short form content, on short form, talking about short form, meta kind of thing, is people make it seem like there's this one trick. People make it seem like there's this one thing, and this is going to work for everybody. They say, okay, I blew up, and you're going to blow up too if you do exactly the same thing, if you pay me to do, and I'll show you the exact same one strategy that works. Thing is, it's just not true. I see it hands-on. If you are really, lots of people here are for the first time ever here, which means probably you don't know a lot maybe about me. Let me know. Do you know a little bit about me, what I'm doing, what I've been doing, and what I intend to do? I'll talk more about that in another second. But basically, I've been working hands-on with creators, creating their content strategies before with brands in my agency, with like big brands that I'm not allowed to talk about anymore due to, I mean, soon they're going to run out the NDAs, but yeah. One thing I've seen very early on was that there's no one strategy. The same, and we see it basically daily. This exact same strategy applied to creator A might get creator B nowhere. Quite the opposite. And what's even more interesting, sometimes creators in the same niche who have the exact same strategy might have very different results. So yeah, with that being said, cheers. I forgot to actually drink. Oh, yeah, this is dirty, I have to say. SK Prod, watched since 2020. Yeah, here's what's up. That's like one of the weird quirks that I have. I know. You've been either in my comment section or I think in the live stream sometimes. Honestly, I remember that. I almost remember everybody from the comments. That's a funny thing. Fire, water. Yes, fire, water, burn. Motherfucker, burn. Cheers. Cheers back. I'll just drink some real water just because, yeah, I'm not used to that anymore. Cool. Okay, so before we start, any burning questions about the content creation process, about being a full-time creator? Are you interested in me talking about this, by the way? Just being a full-time creator? I've been a full-time creator for 7-8 years, so I've seen the world turn around probably 7 times in the past 8 years. So, yeah, some people call me the social media grandfather, which just sometimes bumps me out because I'm getting older. But it is what it is. Future Talks, sir, please help me grow in YouTube. Yeah, maybe. I mean, here's the between you and me. Most of my advice, if you're a little smart about it, you can also apply to YouTube long form with some things. So, yeah, but there's nothing dedicated for long form YouTube that I have. I'm thinking about adding some things and a few things for my creator mentorship. Maybe also I'll put it in my Blackfile course. With that being said, yeah, we'll see. We have, by the way, in the creator mentorship, we have sometimes live sessions like these where I talk just about long form YouTube. Makes me think we should do one soon. Okay, let's see a few questions and then we'll get right into the actions. Nappy music video. Yes, been learning from you for a long time. Never caught you live till now. Awesome that you made it now. I tried to get PST people. I don't know where you're from, but I tried to get people from California this time as well. Which is crazy because it's 12 hours difference between where I'm at and where you guys are at. Because I saw somebody say it's 8:19 a.m. drinking. Well, we only have this party once every few months, so it's up to you to decide what's more important. Yeah. Gru Wanderer asks something very good. I've heard that it's better to post while you're live on the platform instead of scheduling content. Is there a drawback? So yeah, I've been doing tons of research on that. So a few months ago, I was doing a ton of research on that. It seems like on Instagram, there's 3 ways to post content. You can just go there, post it. You can can, or either right there and then, or you can draft a video and then post it manually. You can use a scheduling app like Buffer or Later.com or some of the others that I just don't remember anymore. You can do that, or you can schedule it on the platform. So with Instagram, when you go to the settings thing, and then you can schedule it for a later time. There was the rumor going around that if you schedule it, it's gonna cut your reach. So I did some research on that, and it seems like if you post with Later, if you post with any of those external yet officially endorsed platforms, at least a few months ago, the reach was cut slightly in all of my data, or not in all, in let's say around 90%. So there's that. If you post it through the Instagram scheduling on Instagram, seems to not do a difference, make a difference. Not sure why this is the case. The answer lies in, well, you just have to try yourself, to be honest. Could be that it's not going to make a difference for you. So yeah, could be that it's going to make a ton of difference for you. And this is the major thing I want you guys to take away from any of my videos. Instagram especially is so weird that not just for the strategies, what we talked about, that the same strategy applied to very similar creators can lead to different results, but also some functionalities are totally different. Some people have just a whole different interface, and also some of the rules are different. Yeah. So yeah, what we always do in the creator mentorship is we have just people post a lot, and then what's going on there? And then we collect the data, and then we see what's the actual truth for this account versus this account. Okay, cool. Druid Alpha, do you work with OF creators in your mentorship? Do huge use case that no creators are making content for? Most content creators, conversational business, educational content. Yeah, here's what's up. I don't discriminate. Actually, we work with quite a few OF creators, and have worked with quite a few OF creators. Some very cool, interesting people, actually. So yeah, we do. Yes, question. Can you compare Blue Sky to Instagram, please? At some point, it's actually a good question. Maybe we should do that. I haven't looked into that much. Usually whenever a new platform emerges, I know it's not that new, but it's kind of like the fresh thing. What usually happens is people get hyped, they jump there, and then they figure out, well, it's hard to grow, and I already had a little more followers on another platform, so we'll just all go back after a while without telling anybody. That's what I see a lot on Instagram too. People are like, oh, I'm going to start a new account. Here, follow my new account because I don't get reach anymore, and then they disable their account only to come back later again because nobody switched over, because nobody cared. So there's that. Okay. Happy Dog Lucky Multipoo. Yes. By the way, you will be. You're picked. You will be. I will take a look at your content later today. Are hashtags still important? No, but 5% yes. We'll talk about this. I just had some other question that I missed. By the way, I made it that you can only, I think, post a question once a minute, and you have to subscribe in order to comment and chat here. Because last time there were some spammers. Horrible. Okay. Jess says, yeah, I can agree with seeing cut reach using Later. That's the thing. I don't know why, to be honest, because they're officially endorsed. Okay, so let's do one or two more questions, and then we'll get right into it. Is there... what? I just saw some good question. What do you think about trial reels? Worth it? So there's also two things about that. First of all, now I think everybody has the trial reels feature. For some people, it works really well. So basically, the trial reels feature is you can post a reel as a trial to everybody, just not your existing follower base, to see how it performs, and then you can say, okay, let's show it to everybody. depending on how it performs. Thing is, for some creators that we have, it doesn't do anything. Seems like the reels perform worse if they use this trial reel. For some creators, it works really well. So again, yes and no. There's two things you can do. Either if you suspect, okay, the algorithm has me categorized wrong, or my existing audience, it's not activated. They don't react the way they should. By the way, I think my latest video or one of my latest videos talks about this. But so you can either use the trial reels feature, and they brought this back, and this is what I see work a lot better, is you can choose before posting. You can say, don't post this reel to my grid, only show it to the reels feed. That's another separate feature, even though it should be the same. And this actually seems to work better overall to reach more people. Okay, cool. Let's actually then start this whole evaluation thing. Yep. Are we here? Yes. That is here. That is here. Great. So let me just see here. Do you guys see what I have what I have shown here? If I could just see the comments. Oh, there's the comments. Money UFO. Hello, my old friend. So for example, Money UFO, this is an example. I remember him from years ago in the live streams. There's the dirty water, still as dirty as before. So again, for everybody who just joined in, we're gonna take a look at 3 people, at least, that I already checked out. We're going to, I should have done this live on air, but afterwards we're gonna check out at least 2 more, 1 or 2 more of you right here. So stay until the end, I guess. And this was from my last live session. I'm sure it had some reason, some very awesome, important reason. I don't remember. I just left it in there because it kind of looks cool. But probably I was saying that it's going to be an up and down like this and not like this. I don't know. But okay, let's just start off. And basically, this is what we're going to do now. If I look at your account or any account right now, please in the comments don't spam, but write what you think. Ideally, just write me your first impression about this. And then we'll go through all of these potential bottlenecks step by step, and I'll show you how to fix them, some examples, and some things that you want to do. Yes. Theory said something interesting. Personally, I'm getting tired of the high production content, so maybe I should go in that direction. You get desensitized over time and start craving high value unedited. It's actually a very good point. And this is what I have seen as the grandfather quite a lot. Usually it turns, the whole social media world turns. It's usually going from super high production quality, retention editing, effort towards a middle ground towards, just raw and unedited things. Now, the thing is, it doesn't really turn. It's kind of like the universe. It kind of turns while it's still moving. But the thing is, also, it depends on your niche and your audience and your industry. For some industries, super high retention editing is still a thing, by the way. For some, it's not at all anymore. I think in reality, it's actually the middle ground. And we're gonna take a look into that because super high production quality content does not necessarily mean it's like blown up and everything. It just means that it has a minimum viable threshold of production quality, stuff like this. Okay, now let's take a look at the first account right here. If it's the right one. Let me know if, first of all, if you're here, Sonia, let me know if you're here. If not, doesn't matter. I hope you watch it. I actually picked you because you sent your account in just the second when I took a look at these accounts just a few hours ago. So yeah. So what's your first impression, everybody, of this account? I'll just scroll down a little bit here. The regular feed. I'll just wait a little bit until to see what you guys have to say. I'll just get the comment section somewhere. Will, can I just pop the comments out? Pop out chat. There you go. All right. Somebody says my eyes go everywhere. What does it mean? Somebody says my eyes go everywhere. I just said this. Somebody says, looks professional to me. Chris Raw, this looks like a foodie with clean and neat content, nicely presented. Okay, interesting. Well, I'll show you in a second that sometimes first impression is actually good, but second impression is not very, very good. Eileen Murphy, lovely, colorful feet. I remember your name too from somewhere. Wow, I just joined and there is a Finnish profile on screen. Oh, you can see that? Are you from Finland as well? Probably, judging from your name. Colin says something very good. Profile picture does not really match the content. Yep. It looks good. A little bit too busy for my eye. Okay, so basically what we're doing here is we're gonna rate the content based off of these potential bottlenecks. So the first one that I usually use is the goal alignment. Now today we're not going to talk a lot about the goal alignment, but basically you need to ask yourself, what is my actual goal? What do I want to achieve with my content? What's my end goal, my 10-year end goal, and what's my next goal that I want to hit as soon as possible? And then obviously based off of that, you have to kind of understand your audience. The whole thing comes together, and also then reverse engineer basically your content strategy to create your content strategy and everything else around here to hit your goal. So we can't really judge that right now. I guess she wants to inspire people, but like, what is the actual thing? She wants to get people off to her blog and show her recipes. Yes, I can speak Finnish. And no, don't believe everything you hear on the internet because that was a lie. I can't. But I think that's what it means. Okay. Cool. Goal alignment. Okay, so next one is the account health. This is what you guys are always crazy about, meaning does the algorithm hate you? What's going on this level? And actually, let me see. So, because in terms of account health, I usually take a look at the content, the followers, the following, 777. Kind of a lot, but it's okay. But she has 7,800 followers and not that much views. Now, they could have a few reasons to it. And obviously, the ultimate answer we would get if we were to take a look into her analytics. Maybe next time we'll have you submit your analytics as well. That's what we're going to do, actually. But if we go to Social Blade, don't I have Social Blade somewhere? A link to Social Blade? Nope, I don't. But if we go to Social Blade, let's just do it live on air here. So I just go to Social Blade, then I type in her name. Then Social Blade thinks I'm a robot. And at this point, I'm not even sure because I tend to fail these robot tests more than I can actually pass them. So we see she's actually, here she's getting some followers, but on average, she's losing followers. And if we take a look into her details, we can see she's actually not gaining a lot of followers except for once where she gained a K, which is kind of alarming, to be honest. As you can see, did you buy followers? If yes, your account health might be even more in trouble. And what we see here is her following. It seems like she started following a lot of people towards the end of the year and then following up and down, up and down, up and down, which means she did the follow and follow thing. Most likely using a bot. Here we can see it too daily. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Not sure if she still does that. Could be. It seems like she still does it to some extent. But that's usually a bad thing. So that's actually two of the worst things. Doing follow and follow and potentially buying followers. This is why I will revise this whole thing and give the account health actually a 3 out of 10. Now, the thing is, it always depends what you do with it. I don't say the account is totally done or dead just because she did these things or these things are happening right now. But it just means that you, first of all, have to stop this. And second of all, have to get all these other affairs in order and start posting for at least 1 month, possibly 2 or 3 months to see if the algorithm really hates you and doesn't show you anymore or not. Yes, somebody asked, is paid advertising your content bad? No, it's not bad, actually. Only if you advertise it to the wrong kinds of people. But it's usually okay. But it doesn't help or it doesn't hurt. It's just a separate thing, usually. It can help in some cases, but you really have to know what you do, and it really gets expensive. So there's that. Okay, so account health, 3 out of 10. Next one is profile optimization. Okay, let's take a look here. First thing, we look at the profile picture. It's kind of blurry. It's kind of a selfie. And somebody said the same thing before, which was a very good point. Has nothing to do with her content, with being a foodie. Now, it doesn't have to necessarily, but this kind of weird selfie camera picture is not really good. And it doesn't really say you are an actual purposeful content creator. Remember, this is what I always talk about. You want to appear. Somebody comes to your profile, instantly needs to see, wow, this person is a content creator, a good one, cooler than the rest. There's some ways to actually do that, to make people think that. Some of my videos that will come up, I will talk about that. But if it's just another selfie that just your neighbor could have, or your aunt, it just doesn't speak for itself, if you know what I mean. So there's that, profile picture. Second of all, here, and this kind of ties in with the account health again, there's not a lot going on. There's most likely follow and follow going on. There's most likely account buying, the follower buying going on. And then the call to action there is to click on this link. So basically signaling the algorithm, well, this person just wants people off the platform. This person is most likely a spammer. At least she's not providing us with the most value that we could get from similar accounts. So bad. This is why I sometimes tell people, unless you have to, or unless you have like a goal or some actual goal in mind, like you monetize your content in some way already. But But if you don't, and if your main goal is to grow right now and get the most followers, you want to keep people on your profile as much as possible. So you don't want to have a call to action in there with lots of fingers pointing down to click the link, because people are going to click and then they're going to click here. Let's just take a look. And there's a blog, some recipes, blah, blah, blah. Some people might just click away and then they're done from Instagram. Session is ending and the Instagram algorithm hates you. So depends. Obviously, if you use that to monetize, you always have to counter that and kind of have to weigh that in as to what's more important. And after a while, if you get lots of people coming to your profile, lots of people interacting with you, it's not bad at all if you send some people away. Don't get me wrong. But still, it's still not the best, by the way. Using DM automation is usually the better way to get people off the platform, because beforehand you have interactions in the DMs back and forth. So the algorithm kind of gives you positive signals, and then you send people back or send people off. ManyChat, for example, is the software that I use all the time. We just had some videos where I showed a little bit about what to do, one of the recent videos. But yeah, so depends. Get rid of that or not. Here also, it doesn't look 100% cool. It's all right. My faves, recipes, good morning, about me. So what does that in moments? About me, my favorites, who are you? I don't even care who you are. That's what people think if they come to you, because they look for reasons not to follow you at all times. And in this case, they're probably not even going to click on that. Just 3 days ago, my faves, okay, cool, some chocolate, awesome, recipes. Most likely people are going to be interested in that, recipes. By the way, that's a cool video. Did you post that? Kind of has like a low quality, like it's re-uploaded. But there's recipes and there's only one in there. Most likely what people come in for. So yeah. Profile optimization, I would give a 5 out of 10. What do you guys say? Actually, let me check out the comments. Totally missed the comments, because I guess there might be some questions about that. So, if you use profile visit ads, does that hurt your organic performance? Not really. If you use bad profile visit ads and people just come to your profile and they're like, ugh, and they leave, could potentially hurt you, but most likely not. KDP 34. So are you saying if you're new, you shouldn't have a website linked? What if you are in the coaching consulting niche? Yes. So if you're new, most likely you shouldn't have a website there, because of the reasons that I just said. Now, the thing is, if you're a coach or consultant, if you make money with it, obviously it will help you to have some sort of link in there. I might still not put a link in there. I might put a call to action to have people DM you, and then you talk to them. So yeah, actually, let me try something out really quickly. I want to put some overlay. Where is it? Is that here? Well, oh, do you see the chat now? But this is also wrong. I should have done that before. But yeah, let's just not do that for now. So yeah, people say 5 out of 10. Cool. Tony Storm, so is profile optimization just about how your profile pic, bio, and overall aesthetic fit together to make what you're about clear? Yes, it's also a little bit more than before the overall aesthetic, because it needs to look like it's some purposeful, valuable creator, somebody, and that's the key word that I said in the beginning. It's like upping the ante. It's you kind of have to show that you're actually, go above and beyond, basically. in terms of content creation. That does not mean, like somebody said before, it needs to be super high, blown up production quality. Not at all. There's different ways to do that. But just, you need to have at least something that makes you stand out from the rest of the crowd. Because now the crowd's getting kind of big and everybody's doing the same thing. So you need to have some hook points, whether that is part of your personality. One thing we talk a lot about in the creator mentorship is actually finding, being controversial, and polarizing in a way, finding some common enemy, right? Because people really, they connect with somebody over, hating something or somebody else. I'm not saying you should go hate somebody, but let's say I'm like, okay, whatever. I can tell you an example. I hate Evian water. Like literally, I hate this crap. I don't know what people have. It literally tastes like oil. It's not Evian, not sponsored, but something like this. Don't be afraid to just voice your opinion about something. Might not even have to have something to do with your actual content. But yeah. So there's that. Cool. Okay, so the profile optimization, I would still give it a 5 out of 10 because it's not the end of the world. Change the profile picture, you already have a 6 out of 10. So it's okay. So next point is content audience fit. I did it kind of the wrong way. I already show you what I will rate. But here we can see I gave it a 9 out of 10 because generally speaking, and that's what I mean with content audience fit, generally speaking, content like this is what your audience wants. Recipes. She has some nice aesthetics in the pictures, right? In the posts. Like this kind of looks cool. Also with the carousels. And meaning, yes, that's what generally works in the content. And by the way, don't forget about carousels. We have some creators now where their carousels started to blow up, basically from nowhere. Still, this is slightly blurry, so you need to watch out a little bit with that. Yes, so I'd give it a 9 out of 10 to be honest. So this is pretty good. Next one being the production quality. Okay, and I made it bold because you can already see this is one of her major bottleneck, because if you see especially the videos, this weird digital zoom, this is kind of cool. However, it's not really sharp. So there's something going on that it's like not really sharp, and you need to fix that. If you can just fix that, it's there. Would be interesting what you use to create videos. Also, if you look, there's some of these micro shakes here, sometimes here and there. And this example is not the end of the world. And it's actually not so bad with this video, but some of the videos here, it's just a little worse quality. There's something with the quality. And as you can see here, the quality is actually pretty good. But this is where the goalpost is kind of shifting. Quality goalpost, the quality threshold is getting higher in terms of what do people enjoy. Just slightly rough here, some grainy footage there. Here, like with these zooms, quality also is, by the way, has a lot to do with the editing and how you edit things. But yeah. Here, for example, this is just pictures as reels. Nope, by the way, totally forgot about the audio here. Pictures just like this as reels are not gonna work, especially not if you don't have any text in there, which gets me probably to the next point. So this is a 3 out of 10. The next point, content quality, which means basically overall, compared to everybody else in your niche, in your industry, how do you compare? Like, what's your content? Is your content cool? Is your content up there with the top creators or not? And yeah, it is. I still give it a 4 out of 10. It's not that bad. But actually, there's a big room for improvement. And what you want to do, what everybody wants to do, and if you just follow this advice, you'll be there in just 3-4 months. What you really want to do is you want to take a look at all the creators in your niche. You want to see, okay, what are the ones that are growing right now and the big ones? How do I actually compare to them in terms of my quality, the content itself, the ideas, the execution of the content, and all of these things? And if you're right there with them, cool. Ideally, you even try to spot some potential in some, what's it called? Yeah. Some things that even the top creators could do better, and you kind of build on that. Actually, let me show you an example of one of the top creators in the food niche, in the food space. Coincidentally, a creator mentorship student/client, and I would consider him being top of the line, one of the top people in the food industry. Shout out, by the way. And he does something, he's a little more niche down, so I'm not saying it's exactly the same. But just if you look at his channel, you can just instantly see, okay, there's something special going on, right? Without even checking out. They see, there's like a profile picture, learn fresh pasta from scratch, no experience required. So I know exactly what to expect. I know this is something awesome. The pasta looks exceptional. And no experience required. So I'm like, my objection is basically handled here. And at this point, I want to create pasta. And if we take a look at some of his reels, obviously this is being rewarded. 36 million views, 25 million views. My voice is already saying goodbye today. So let's just take a look at, for example, one of these videos. Also simple, yet everything comes together. The vibe, the picture quality, the song, the visual hook, right? You don't always have to have a text hook in there. Yeah, cool. So with that out of the way, let's go back to Sonia. I would rate her a 4 out of 10 in terms of where does she stand between all the food creators in her space. Now hooks, obviously this being the biggest bottleneck right here. Let's just make it red because it's an ugly red. Let's just make it red. Because to be honest, she doesn't have hooks. There's nothing. Here, there is some hook. I wish I would know what that means. Probably what this is. But there's like the slow transition and just pictures. Not gonna work. There's no, with a hook, you always need some sort of setup and a payoff. Ideally, multiple payoffs and multiple setups, stacked on top of each other. We talk a lot about this, by the way, if you're new here in some of my videos, about the hook structure, about some hook stacking and stuff like this. So yeah, this is kind of a visual hook, but if you see there's nothing happening, also there's text. It's almost impossible to read because it's like white on white. So yeah. Morella says, just the name of the food. Yeah, that's what I thought. So also not really a good hook. And if you were just to change out your hooks and just a little better content quality, you would already be miles ahead. Yeah. So the content strategy, basically, is there sort of a red line going through her content? And I would say, yeah, it's not that bad, actually. She shows some recipes. She also has carousels. Some good things. Let's take a look at her stories, by the way. She has stories. Cool stories. Her stories are actually pretty good. Some random stuff here and there, totally fine. So, yeah. The cat looks like Hitler, huh? Or am I wrong? With that being said, This is the unexpected Hitler quote that comes along every few days, feels like, on the internet. Okay, and lastly, the consistency. We can see actually she's posting quite consistently. 30 December, 29, 25, 21. So she's posted multiple times a week, with some gaps here and there, which is fine though. So consistency, actually, I give an 8 out of 10, to be honest. So yeah, and if you do that for yourself, you know, you'll see, okay, there's a few things to work on. First of all, the hooks are the danger zone. You have to work on them instantly. You have to kind of rate yourself and kind of elevate yourself to be among, at least try to get there. And it doesn't need to be perfect. That's the thing. The journey is also okay. You know, if you're just trying to improve some things, because there's still going to be some people who will follow you and who will watch your content, even though it's not yet there. Because there's another thing that not so many people talk about. Sometimes, if you spin it the right way, people love to follow smaller, kind of imperfect creators, but only if they can see, well, there is something going on, because they always want to be, you know, part of something emerging, some trend. So yeah, these 3 things should be fixed instantly. Count health, that's the thing, and then you'll have to handle yourself from there. Yes. Any questions so far? What's going on here? I see we have some chat overlay. Now we're back. Actually, let me try to fix this really quickly, this chat overlay. How does it work? Live chat overlay. Oh, there you go. Pop out chat URL. Interesting. How does it work? I'd love to know. Yeah. Anyway. Let me just put this here. Nope. Not there. Huh. Yeah. No idea. Next time we're going to do that. Let me just open up the chat right here. And then, yes. Clean Desk Setup says, carousel recipes would do so well for her. So great for her, I think. Yes, definitely. Definitely. Just with some text and, you know, a hook there as well. That's the important thing. KDP 34. How many days off gap is exceptional so the algorithm doesn't screw you up? Or does it not work like that? Well, it kind of works like that because consistency is very important. And you'll see, especially if you stopped for a while, like I did. By the way, I can see it firsthand right now with my account, but it's nothing to be worried about because that's just how it works. But if you stop for a while, you'll just see a reach tank for multiple reasons. It's not necessarily the algorithm screwing you over, but you just have to kind of gain the trust back and just kind of get some positive signals back from actual people. But the minimum you should do over a long period of time is around 10 a month, 10 reels a month. So roughly 3 a week. We have creators who go below that, 2 a week. We actually have also creators who grow with just 1 a week. But this never works if you're just starting out and if you're just starting to get traction and then wanting to get traction. Because to be honest, every 10th to 15th video blows up if done the right way, especially at the beginning. There's a little bit of a randomness factor. Also, the algorithm not really categorizing you, especially if you just restart again, stuff like this. So you just have to do the numbers game. That's the thing. SK Prod. Yeah, hooks for photography is tough without like how to reels. I'll show you another creator who's part of the creator mentorship. And he uses basically the formula for video for photography and for photography reels. And let me see, did that work? The secret lies in storytelling. So, you know, I don't know if this is like a real photography video, but yeah. So storytelling, some setup. Okay, there's a little bit more storytelling. Yeah, okay, so who's Antarctica? But let's just go down a little more. The spot versus the shot, for example.
I feel lost.
That's the hook. Look, it's not even perfect in terms of the aspect ratio.
What do you mean?
Ta-da. He used to have a lot of pictures. Setup. I want to know pictures with some trending audio. As you can see, this is basically the formula that works for photography. Storytelling. You need to make people interested in to wanting to see whatever pictures or videos are coming up towards the end, later down the line. Yes. Okay. Where are we? Where's the chat? Predicted, can you make too many reels? I can make 3 a day, or is it too much? And how similar can they be? Well, how similar depends. Shouldn't be the same videos. It's not just the numbers game. Obviously, it has to be good content. But some creators grow with 3 videos a day, to be honest. I wouldn't recommend that, especially with, the quality and stuff like that rising, and you have to put more effort into the script, at least into the hook, thinking about the hook, thinking about some sort of storyline. By the way, let me know. I think I've never done a video about this, about storytelling for short form content. I think I've never done a public video about this. Let me know if you'd watch something like that. For example, similar to what I just showed you with Consti. Yeah. Okay. Morella said, can we do a support group for struggling photographers? One thing you have to be very careful with support groups, you mean like a group where you post and everybody else comes in and kind of likes and comments, aka an engagement group, aka something the algorithm hates and punishes, actually. So, yeah. Oh, wait. There you go. Proste, is that how I pronounce your name? Would watch anything from your content. Well, that is very nice and very much appreciated. And did I say, oh, we still have a lot of dirty water. I don't want to put it in twice. That's what she said. Okay, so Mirella, a support group like AA. Cool. Cool. Okay, so next one, I would say, is a creator. And by the way, everybody has been chosen randomly from this link that I posted there. Yeah. Did I forget anything before? Doesn't matter. We'll talk about this another day. Because I just had one secret left that I forgot to tell you about hashtags. But we're not telling you today. Okay, so second account that we have here, and let me actually just let me hide the account, or let me actually hide the rating there, just because, you know, that what I'm doing here is retention hacking. You understand? Because if you already see my rating, you'll be biased, and I want you to be glued to your screens. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Live streaming. We'll just pop out the chat again. Right there. And right here. So, Anna Life United asks something good. Is it recommended to engage with content in your same niche directly before and after posting? Yeah, it can help. Go to some hashtags, go to the search, go to some of the creators, and just engage with people. One thing I see, and I'm pretty sure the algorithm kind of, at least, I don't think it's 100% like a boost, but it just shows the algorithm that you're an actual person, a real creator, is just to engage with people and just to use Instagram as a user as well, not just as a creator who posts and ghosts. Seems like that really helps in terms of unlocking more reach, but also interacting with some people. I had a video here on this channel where I talk about, I think it's something called like post without creating content. Let me actually figure this out for you. 1 second. Post without, well, no. Grow without posting. Maybe I never did a video. Oh, there you go. This one. Watch this video. Can't believe it's already a year. But this is a very important video, everybody. To use comments to not just get some direct engagement, but also indirect engagement. We've had some clients who literally blew up just because of this comment strategy. So, yeah. With that being said, another thing that I wanted to say about this, engage with content in your same niche directly and after posting. Another thing I wanted to say about this, just another tip. Don't reply to all of the comments that you get instantly. Might sound counterintuitive. Usually you should do that. But some, if you get some comments later, not right after you posted, let's say a few days after, don't instantly reply and like them. Actually like them and reply to them right before or right after actually you post a new video. Because then people will check you out and then they see a new video, or they'll get your new video in the feed. That's how the algorithm works. Or sometimes if it, like what I just did, basically say, yeah, by the way, just have a new video about this. New reel, new carousel, blah, blah, blah. Hey, come to my story, I have something for you. Something like that, We want to show the algorithm, and we want to basically get people to jump around on our profile. And that's what I meant before with, we don't want people to have, to kind of go away and to leave the platform by including a link. Ideally, you don't include a link and make your content so good that they don't want to leave because they want to binge your content. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Della Antoinette. I love the live format. Awesome. Great to hear. How often do you go live with these hot seats? Well, ideally once a month now, from now on. It was like twice a year before, but 2025 is the year everything became different. And this is empty. Horrible. I just have dirty water, and that's it. Topher Gentry said something. I don't want to sound like a whiny baby or pretentious, but the type of content the photographer you showed, while it obviously works, is not at all the type of content I want to make around my work. Yes, obviously, like I said, there's multiple ways to pull it off. But the principles are all the same. There needs to be storytelling attached to your photos. It can't be something totally different. But that's basically the common denominator between most art accounts, to showcase some journey, some story, stuff like this. Another thing I have to say about artists and people who deal with arts, music, photography, painting, whatever that is, poetry. An issue what I see a lot with people like that is they think their art is like the best thing ever, and they have like this insider viewpoint on their art, and then they're like, I want my art to stand out on its own, like in a special way, kind of like a romanticized version of what it actually is. Might have worked in the 1800s, early 1900s, but now with the fast-paced social media world, most of the times it doesn't work like that anymore. And as sad as that might sound, because I'm at the core, I'm an artist as well. I used to be a musician, but that's just the way it is. Cool. So second account is something special. Okay, are we sharing the screen? I hope so. Are we sharing the screen? Yeah. Second account, as you can see, I deleted everything here. So here's the second account. Give me your first impressions. And was chosen at random, but there's still a big lesson I want you guys to take away from this. Red009FF, brother, I make quality content, but some of the videos don't get the deserving views. Any solution, brother? Yes, brother. Send me. That's how you get my attention. Because now I want to see, is he talking shit or not? Is he lying to me? Does he really make quality content? He just used a hook, ladies and gentlemen. So send me a link to your content, and we'll see right afterwards, after looking at this, whether you're full of shit, basically, or if your content is actually good and the algorithm is to blame. So Red009FF, brother, please send me this. Okay, with that being said, let's come back here. Build it up. Why did it say build it up? My brain kind of works weird. Somebody says plain. Somebody says I just said the same thing. You mean with the other thing? Sometimes it's just bad luck too, because I didn't see it. Clean desk setup says watermarks no good. Looks low quality content though. Aspiration tribe is the captain obvious. Yeah, it's real estate. I agree. Let me just open up some other water in the meantime. And the trackpad doesn't work anymore because I spilled water. Okay. And I just found something interesting. So while you look at this, I'll do something. And the daily fireworks have commenced. Where I live here in Dubai, 9:15 p.m. every single day, there's a firework. Very interesting. I spilled clean water. Yeah, but you're right. We should spill dirty water into my throat. Okay. And now the trackpad stopped working. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll try something. Nope. I'll try something quickly. Maybe I have the chat overlay for you after all. Oh, there you go. Look at this beautiful thing right here. Can you see? RA Major says, images all look the same. Yeah, I lost it. What's the dirty water, actually? I don't know. I just left some water standing in the corner for a while, and then it became dirty. And the person that I am, I thought, why not drink it? Why not drink the water? A Simple Man. They are 3D renderings of designs that I did. Hey, A Simple Man, are you actually build it up? That would be awesome. If yes, hello. My father is here as well. Greetings to my father. I just saw him in the comments. All, please in the chat, say hello, father. A Simple Man. Okay, it's you. Awesome. Even better for me. So, as you can see, people are like, well, it looks a little boring. Even though I think the renders are awesome. Like, pretty cool. Even though low quality. So that's the first thing. As you can see, it's like low quality stuff. People say the watermark is a bad idea, which is also true. You never want to have any watermark in there, even though I have to say, in terms of the logo, I think it's a very awesome logo. So yeah, so that's the one thing. The second thing is you don't have a lot of reels, right? You have some pictures that are themselves low quality, again. But I don't want to get too ahead because we have to rate yourself using this. So what is your goal? Just spam, I always say spam. Just write me your goal in there. What's your actual goal with your profile? In the meantime, let's talk about your account health. Because first of all, these pictures were in, like this one was in 2022. So a few years ago, 2022, a video. We'll get to that in a second. And then 2 years gap in September and October. And then you stopped again. Usually, by the way, I don't even take people who don't post consistently. So just so you're aware of that. There you go. Yeah. Now, the thing is, you have 214 followers, okay? The question is, it could be that you have some account health issues because your 214 followers, they could be, where are they from? Could be from a long time ago. Most likely they're from a long time ago. How old is your account? Your account is from 2019. You've had 3 different usernames. So also chances are that you have used this account for different purposes beforehand, basically attracting a different audience. Also bad. So yes, also, it seems like you don't reach a lot of people. This we can't even talk about because this was 2 years ago. But with your renders, 8 likes, 12 likes, hashtag spam, don't do this. So yes. Yeah. So I think the account health, there could be an issue with this, to be honest. I don't say you should start a new account. Here's what I would do. And this is some actionable shit, like right now. First of all, you're going to need to create your content strategy, obviously. But once you have that down, right? It takes months. If you're part of the creator mentorship, for example, this takes months. We actually do that for you until we tweak it. But like your baseline content strategy, you could come up with that, let's say, in a few days by doing some research, by watching my videos. Let's say you have that. Then you have to see whether these followers are okay, whether they basically mess up anything. And the way to do that is you post 5 to 7 reels normally, just like on your profile, that's it. Then see what happens. If you have low reach, despite your content being okay, there could be something. Afterwards, after the first 5 to 7 reels, you post another 5 to 7 reels in the trial mode, in this new trial mode, and see what happens. Again, for another week or something. And afterwards, guess what? Another thing, you post 5 to 7 reels, not on your grid. Okay, what we talked about before, right before posting, you'd say, don't post it on the grid, just post it on the Reels feed. So yeah. So that's the first thing, okay? And the second thing is you need to post more and you need to go above and beyond, right? This is kind of interesting, but the hook, oh, by the way, we have to go there. So account health, I think account health, you need to figure this out. Right now, I'll put it at a 2 out of 10 because we don't know yet because you don't post. Okay. Next one, profile optimization. Profile optimization is actually pretty good. Making your dream house reality, architecture. Obviously, we need maybe a different profile picture. If that's really you, it kind of looks high quality in a way that it might be a still from a movie, if you know what I mean. So people might be like, huh, what is this? Or from some poster. So it should look a little realer, a little bit more real. I don't want to say raw, but real. Profile highlights and post obviously. So profile optimization, I would give you a 5 out of 10, to be honest. Now, content audience fit. Basically, I don't think it's there at all because I don't think you're 100% aware of who your audience is and the content they usually watch and the content that you create to actually nurture your audience and to actually give your audience what they want. To kind of keep this a little shorter here. So I would say content audience fit, I would give you a 2 out of 10. So the action step here would be to get clear of your goal, get clear of your, because of your goal, of your target audience, what your actual ideal target audience is to help you get your goal. And then you do research to figure out, okay, what kind of content works for this audience? What other content is out there for this audience? And then you create that. You put this into your content strategy. Production quality, like I said, it's kind of bad. This one is actually not that bad, but it's still not super sharp. It's also a square picture, and we need reels. With that being said, I don't think it's super bad, and I think you can pull it off. I will give you a 4 out of 10 right here. Now, content quality in terms of what's going on in the whole niche, what's going on around in your industry, where are you, where do you stand in this whole world? Honestly, let me see. I wrote down one, remember, you need to tattoo this to your forearm. You want to go above and beyond everybody in terms of content. Let's just see what I wrote down. Yes, here's an example of somebody going above or beyond and beyond in 2022 already, as you can see. So meaning your niche is very kind of a little ahead of the curve. This is also a render, by the way. And I guess, and here's the thing, I don't know exactly your goals and what you want to do, so it depends on your audience. But this would be an example of going above and beyond. Really, create something awesome that stands out. I'll show another example of somebody who might have been a client at some point or not. Maybe not, but maybe yeah. But I can't tell you legally. Yes. He's not really in your niche. He's an architect still, like an awesome name, a tropical architect. And here's his content that really works pretty well.
If you want to live in an exceptional home, you've got to stop half-assing things. Like, that's too small, and makes your walls feel empty. Make sure your curtains stretch from the ceiling to the floor. Big rugs
Look at this
every
amazing
time. Small ones.
That's
can make your room
exactly
look
what you wanna
cluttered.
do.
One big plant always trumps lots of little ones.
And again, if somebody's like, I don't want to do exactly that, I don't mean exactly you want to copy this. Here's the camera. I always look at my screen. But I mean the dynamics and the way of approaching content. This is how you should do it. This is really going above and beyond and giving I can't speak today, this word, exceptional value. Okay? So yeah, in this case, I think your content quality is honestly a 0 out of 10, I have to say. And your hooks, we don't even have to get into that because there's no hooks. And the content strategy is just pictures, 0 out of 10, man. And the consistency, oh man, this is 0 out of 10 because you don't post. You haven't posted in the last 3 months or 2 months. So yeah. Right. Let's go back here. So, thoughts, questions, anything? In the meantime, let's just calm down a little. My voice is done. Let's check the chat here, because it seems like the chat, I always abandon the chat while we do that. Let me pull this up here. Can I show the chat box? Somebody says something, and I don't know why. Transform. Where is that? Order. Move to top. Where is that, mother? I'm trying to show the overlay of the chat again. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Anybody a pro in OBS? For some reason, it doesn't want to show up here. Here, properties. Nope. Here. Interact? No. No. Oh, maybe. Okay, soon. We're getting there. We're close. But seems like no. Oh, we're coming here. It's coming up. Do you have a video of content strategy in order of importance? Reels, stories, or carousels? I don't have a video necessarily, but reels, then carousels, and stories at the same time, to be honest, because they all have different importance to them, yet they're still important. Sarah Kennedy, what if your goal is to convert to IRL event ticket sales, one that take people off the platform? Let's actually just put this here. Yes, it will, but you always have to weigh that in. So sometimes it's totally fine to, for example, that's something a lot of people, like that's something that's kind of bad for me because a lot of people don't necessarily understand it. But for me, I don't need a lot of views. Like, I have a coaching program, I have my agency, I also soon have IRL events as well, some real events. But what I want to say is, for these things, you sometimes don't need to blow up like crazy because you have like a business attached to it, right? With, I can tell you, some of my recent videos, I just recently started the short form Instagram again. And one video has like 5K views, which is like nothing, right? Because I just started, like that's just a thing. But we already have some people join my creator membership because of it. So guess what? Net profit, positive there. But yes, with that being said, there's still ways to, you don't always have to spam it. That's the thing. There needs to be, there was this book, or there's this book, Jab, 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 Right Hook by Gary Vee, basically content, and then you basically give them the ask or send them off the platform. Have 5 value posts and have 1 post that actually gets them to an email list, for example. That's another thing. And we're not going to talk about this today. I also have some video about this. But ideally, you don't even do people need to be aware that there's some offline events. They just need to be aware of that, because you talk about this, you talk about just in your stories. That's the thing. Totally fine if you do these things in your stories. The algorithm's a little different. But just get them to an email list, because obviously they're going to leave the platform, but then you have them every time. Whenever you send an email, you can just spam them. So yeah. Oh, hello, Sonia. Awesome that you're here. I was already wondering. My pleasure. Cool. A Simple Man, the person we just took a look at, I think everyone's feedback has been really insightful. I will work on being more consistent and creating more higher quality content. Awesome. We'll take a look into your stuff next month, I would say, if I don't forget. Okay. Okay. Cool. Now, do you have any questions so far? We have 1 more in the can, and then we'll take a look at 1 or 2 more people, okay? With the same basic framework that we have right here. Let me just prepare that. The last one is the happy dog, right? I already spoiled that for you. Let me just put this away just so you don't get spoiled. But let's just wait a few more minutes before we get into this 3rd review, bottleneck review, whatever you want to call it. Okay, let me just wait. Feel free to ask me some questions. I think I have only 1 message every 60 seconds, right? That might be a little overkill. Probably. Not sure. Art of Style. Are you able to resurrect an account of 40K? Yeah. In most cases, yeah, it's possible. Obviously depends, but recently, and by recently I mean over the past almost year now, more often than not, we can recover or resurrect accounts. R.A. Major, thank you so much for sharing your insight. I'm slow to catch on, but I'm already applying your advice and kicking myself for getting it so wrong. Awesome. That's how it works. The thing is, don't kick yourself. We all get stuff wrong all the time. I kick myself too, or I want to kick myself too daily for getting so many things wrong. But it's just the way the world works. Hello, Antoinette. I'm glad I got on YouTube and this live is happening. I'm learning a lot. Awesome. Then I did my job. Yeah. Oh, by the way, RedFF99, brother, did you send me your link already? Could you send it again? Like the link to your content, because you said your content is awesome. That's because it's kind of important for me. So yeah. Somebody asked, will you make a video step by step how to know Instagram doesn't like me and how to fix it? Honestly, I think I did one. First of all, the step-by-step is kind of this video or this live stream. And let me check. Maybe I have a video on my account, on my YouTube somewhere, how to do that. Obviously, honestly, just watch them all. There's a lot of information in most of them. Yes, Mobin. I'm waiting for that brother too. He doesn't want to send it over. Instead of, okay, let me send it to you, he could have just sent it over. But who am I to judge? Mm-hmm. Topher Gendry, would I look dumb if I went back to my account with 4K followers after starting a new account a year ago that only has 586 followers? I made a big deal about notifying followers of the Switch when I did. Don't worry about it. If you feel like the thing is, having 2 accounts running, sometimes there's some glitch, and I'm still trying to figure out what exactly it is. But sometimes when people have 2 accounts or start a new account, this actually triggers some score spam thing and your reach goes down. So, yeah. I don't think you feel bad. Just delete your... Depends, though. Does your 4K follower account have more reach or not? Because here's the thing. Sometimes the 580 followers account might have more reach and reach better people. So, yeah. But if you're like, okay, 100%, the old one is the better one to go, just go back. Nobody cares. Really, nobody cares. They all forgot. And those who are like, hey, look at him, does not matter. Does not matter. The amount of people who told me, who looked at me all the times when I started, who were like, he's creating content, he's quitting his job, he's doing that, look at him. He's like a dreamer. They all, like, I remember, like, people in my hometown when I went out, sometimes, I saw it. You know, people from my school back in the days, you know, who were starting their career already, and they're kind of laughing at me, kind of in a way. I mean, it doesn't have any, you know, it's not that related to your question, but yeah. So I always felt that, obviously, and I always noticed that, but still, I had my goal in mind, and it was always like a weird thing. Right? Especially when I started out. And then as it is, there's always phases where it doesn't work and where it takes longer than you think. It always takes about 10 times more effort than you actually think. And then there's setbacks. You know, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have any setbacks. I actually had a major setback just this year, like a major setback. But that's just part of the game. What I wanted to say is those people who were kind of like, look at you, blah, blah, blah. Behind my back, but also in front of my back, in my face. Now they're all asking me what exactly it is that I'm doing and how I'm suddenly able to have a dream life, stuff like this, right? You know, so it doesn't matter what people think, especially not on social media. That's the gist of it. Theory has a very good question. And then by the way, we're still waiting for the brother. Brother, where are you? Where art thou? Oh, you have submitted the type form. Well, that's interesting. What's the question I just took? What's the question I just took? It was a good question. Mobin retracted his message. I would love to know what it was about. Okay, when your niche is high information education, the right amount of info is hard to gauge. Too much and it's not consumable, too little and you're not attracting your niche. Yeah, thing is, you can actually get away with with giving away a lot. For example, today there's no filter. In some of my or like let's say I create a video or I create something where I'm like, okay, we're talking about topic X. I give away everything that I know about the topic that I think it's important and that I think fits in this, framework of either short form video or long form video. So you can't give away too much, especially if you have information, because what you think is a lot is, in the grand scheme of things, not a lot probably. But then again, it doesn't matter. The other thing is, what I wanted to say was, what did I want to say? See? Dirty water effect is starting, my friends. Yeah. I don't know what I wanted to say. Cheers to that. Okay, so let's take a look at the brother, our brother who said he has good content. And afterwards, we're going to take a look at the dog account. And then we're going to take a look at least one, maybe two more of you guys. Yep. Type form, slow, expensive, but we all still pay. Because they're still better. Now, how should I know who you are, brother? Come on. There was like 20 people in the past 10 minutes submitting a form. Could you just let me know who you are? Well, somebody sent me a $5 super chat. Thanks a lot. First of all, unfortunately, I can't make it pay to play, pay to win. But yeah. Brother from Saksham name. Okay, let's see. Oh, there you go. I got you. And he said not getting views because account got suspended. Okay. Where's the chat? Good. Are you offering one-to-one consultations? Well, here's what's up. I have a one-on-one. I used to offer that. There's a waiting list for it right now for an actual one-on-one with me. Actually, quite a long waiting list. To be honest, I haven't opened it because I just don't have time for it right now. And they unfortunately be very, I don't want to say expensive, but I don't even know the rate anymore that they went for, but I think it was like $1,500 or something like this for an hour. Obviously, I'm not the asshole that just cuts off after an hour. So if it takes 2, it's all right. But right now, it's not really possible. But the thing that is possible is my creator mentorship. I'm there weekly like this, even better because you get to talk to me as well. Also, we have a private Slack channel. I'm in your private Slack channel. My coaching team is in the private Slack channel, and everybody's in the private Slack channel. So yeah, that's basically what it is. Plus, we're here for you for at least 12 months, and we create your strategy. So yeah, and if you want to basically see if you're a good fit or see if we can help you, and most of the times that's what people want to ask anyway in the one-on-one consultations. Basically, what am I doing right now? What could I do? Is there a way to make it work? Just apply for the creator mentorship. Then you'll hop on a call with my community manager, Florian, and you can ask him that literally there, and it's not going to cost you anything. And I'm not mad if you don't sign up to the creator mentorship. So that's just between you and me. Yeah. Okay, so, brother. What's going on? Let's take a look at your content. Okay, so just based off of that, We're not going to take a look at the whole list, but just based off of that. See, it took me a while to even know what's going on. Take action, take risks. Okay, kind of a motivational type of post. Dude, you're not posting. That was like a year ago. Obviously, you're not gonna grow if you don't post.
I'm not talking about a dating site. I'm talking about taking the entire social experience of college.
Let's motivate millions together. But motivate for what? You know, you have to be more clear with what you actually mean. What type of motivation? Cool music. So it's, to be honest, it's all over the place. And if we were to rate this account health, I'm not sure because you said you were suspended for some reason. Profile optimization. Yep, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Oh, God damn it. Profile optimization. It's all right, to be honest. These things are all right. Lessons, whatever that means, I have no idea what actually is going on, which means the content audience fit is also not really there because I don't even know who your audience is. Do you know that? Account health. By the way, I see that you're sometimes saying follow this dude. A page that's not available. That's bad for your account health. So, you know, there's that. Production quality, it's a hit or miss. Some are okay, but it's just regurgitated content. I know you probably edit this yourself. But also hooks. If we go to the hooks. Yep. This is not a hook, to be honest. Also this at the end, this basically your username. So yeah. And yeah, content strategy and all these things. You have to be clear about like what you're actually posting about. What kind of motivation? I think it's not clear enough. You know, just general motivation. People, I don't know if people sit at home like, I just need to be motivated generally. You know, they have some goal in mind. For example, they want to be an entrepreneur. They want to build a business. They want to become free or whatever. And then you understand that, and then you go and you know, create your content strategy. By the way, in the creator mentorship, we have something cool. Let me just show you something quickly. How can I show you without showing you? Yes, we have something here. So we have a bot, a custom-made bot for understanding your audience and kind of getting to a minimum level of audience development, audience understanding to kind of reverse engineer what's going on. So maybe we're going to use that for the next profile. And yeah, or we're going to just use it for you, my little brother. So for example, let's say, and this basically, I plugged my brain in to ChatGPT. Let's say I create content about motivation. I'm not really sure exactly who my audience is, but my audience likes entrepreneurship. I'm just guessing right now, okay? And success stories like the ones from Elon Musk and what's the other dude? The one that I like, Steve Jobs, if that's how you write his name. Is that how you write his name? I remember when he died, just right now. I was at the military. Let's just pour another one in. Let's just assume, see, that's the ADHD working. Assume and use available info about this to craft. Actually, we don't have to say this because it's the bot that I made. Profile. All right. Cheers. The last one, okay? But because we didn't, is that okay? Yeah. Because we were not here a lot over the past few months on YouTube Live. We'll just, right now, extend it a little bit. So, this comes up, basically, yes, no, there you go, no, oh, come on, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, so, age 35 younger millennials, Gen Z, basically comes up with something to help you. Gender primarily male, but with a significant percentage of female followers who also blah, blah, blah. And by the way, this is not the end-all, be-all solution. You know, we use that, and we give this tool to our creators to, you know, just come up with something, and then we refine this obviously further. You know, some things just bullshit, what are in there. But yeah, there's some things, and then this is where it gets interesting. The psychographics, the buying behavior, you know, what they're about. They want to they strive for efficiency, self-discipline, growth. They're ambitious, analytical, you know, and just based off of that, just have these people in mind when you create something. What would an analytical person, what kind of content would they like? From there, you can, by the way, also start some competitor research outside your niche, or inside your niche, both, which is both equally as important. Yeah, so they follow motivational creators, obviously, but here's what's important. What are their pain points, dreams, fears, beliefs? So they have a fear of failure, lack of direction. Now, obviously, that in itself is still not tangible enough, so we have to figure out a way to make it tangible by going deeper. They want to create something meaningful. Basically, this is who I was 10 years ago, or something like this. Yeah. Yes, I'm drinking whiskey. Sorry, it's just dirty water. YouTube algorithm. It's been standing here for 2 years, to be honest. I think, but it's still okay. Failure to achieve their dreams, wasting time, being ordinary. This is actually right now describing myself 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. Now it gives you suggestions, and I think right now, if you were part of the creator mentorship, I would say this is not deep enough. Go deeper and make it more tangible, right? Let's just see. There. Now it's getting deeper. College students aiming to break free from their traditional career paths. Already something way more tangible that you can target with content. Early career professionals who feel stuck in unfulfilling 9-to-5 jobs. Young entrepreneurs trying to build startup side hustle. Cool. Where they are from. But there you go. This is what they like. Podcasts, Diary of a CEO, Tim Ferriss Show. Networking, Atomic Habits, TEDx Talks. Fears. There you go. By the way, with these things, you can create hooks that really hook them in, right? What keeps them up at night? Am I wasting my potential? Should I be doing more? What if I never achieve financial freedom? There you go. How do I balance taking risks with playing it safe? Then you just create a hook. You feel like you're playing it too safe? I did too. Until I changed this one thing. And suddenly now I was able to buy brand new but used AirPods Pro off of Craigslist. But you get the idea, okay? There you go. Yes. Let's just go back a little. Just make a quick Q&A break, and then we'll get to the next account. Somebody's asking, how do you create a customer avatar when your audience is broad? For example, modeling, OF, etc. That depends. If it's really broad people, you can still target broad people, a broad amount of people. Because then just the way of what they think is slightly different, but you can still just target that. I don't think there's any difference. Yeah, but also like modeling OF, it depends. Like there's sub niches and there's like sub target audiences for that. Like we have some different OF creators who are totally different from each other. They target a subset of people, obviously. Some are more broad, but still, if you think you're broad, there's still people who are like, well, this is not for me. Can I turn off slow mode, or is slow mode actually hurting you? You don't like it? Let me know. I don't know if I can even turn it off, so whatever. Honestly, somebody asked, what stats do you get with the meta chat avatars? Anything useful to the creator? Honestly, I haven't done any research into that, to be completely honest. We don't even have that. Like in Dubai, I was not able to get it. But I don't think it's like the solution. And I don't think there's anything special coming from it. So yeah. Okay, with that being said, wait a little bit. One more minute, and then we'll take a look at the last account I already took a look at, and then we'll take a look at one or two more. Good question. How often can I use DM automation without risking my account trust? I have a lot of followers that are pretty engaged. Do it once or twice a week. That should be okay. That's a short answer. Long answer, I could do a whole 2-hour talk about it because it can kind of hurt you, but not in the long run. But if you have like automation set up where you have like an automated response running, you could basically, get just banned, like comment blocked and stuff like this. So yeah. Does having too many highlights, I have 24, hurt my Instagram account, doesn't hurt you. But you want to keep your highlights current and actual. Doesn't matter if it goes all the way down there and you have 1 million, doesn't matter. People will just go. It doesn't take anything away. But yeah. You just need to make sure the ones in the front are actually optimized. What? Oh, Florian, my community manager that I talked about before. I should have not shit-talked about him if I had known he's here. He says, we'll try to have Dominic go live at least once a month in 2025. You can try. It'll be a hard effort for Team heyDominik to force me to go live. But I'll do my best. Yes. And yes, I'll have a weekly mastermind every Sunday in the Career Mentorship. It's very similar to this one. Also sometimes 3 hours, 4 hours, sometimes 2. Always depends. But it's more open in the sense of people actually join me in the Zoom room and we can actually have a chat way better. So yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at the last one that we have prepared, which is a dog account. And Happy Dog Lucky. Again, I took it away just for anticipation reasons. Again, please let me know your initial first thoughts. Let's just go here. I'll just slowly scroll down a little bit to the reels. Just your initial thoughts about the content. I will later post a little more about this or talk a little more about this. Dirty Water seems to be working. Yeah. Okay. Josh says it looks good. Cool. Some unrelated question. What's the best way to promote a URL link, post story, pin story? You can have a pin story, but yeah, mostly stories because you can just be more, you can just have that way more. But also in the content in the comments, like in the caption in the form of DM automation, the form of ManyChat, for example. That's the very best way. Luca actually said something interesting. Happy Henry would go harder than Happy Dog Lucky. Actually, kind of a good point. However, I have to say the username is just not the most important thing. So, but yeah, it is a fair point. Okay, so by the way, are you still here? I hope you are. If not, I hope you'll watch the recording. Yes. Okay. So goal alignment. What is the goal of this profile? Probably be a UGC creator. Here to brighten your day, make you smile. Would you like to see more of me? And then a YouTube link. So the first thing that you don't want to have is a YouTube link in there. Because people don't like it, or like the algorithm doesn't like it if you get people off the platform. But the algorithm really hates it if you get people off to a competitor platform, social media platform. So yes, be really, really, really careful. I would just remove that. Put this in there every once in a while in your stories, that you also have some YouTube videos, or create some videos here and then just in your captions, kind of drop the hint that you have a YouTube video, or like in your videos, just a small hint. I feel like that's the thing of 2025. These harsh, hard call to actions are not, not a thing anymore. They're not needed anymore. And people are probably sick of it, or overstimulated by these harsh call to actions. And people have become a little smarter in the sense of they understand if you just drop the hint, right? If your content is really good, and if you just say, well, like I also do on YouTube, like I also showed you on YouTube last Friday, people get the hint, right? If they really want to see it, if your content here is really good, you're gonna check out YouTube, right? Yeah. By the way, my family has a similar dog, just so you know. My family back in Austria. Yes, okay, so goal alignment. I still don't know exactly what the goal is, just to get more reach, but this would be a rough goal, but like what is your personal actual goal that you want to achieve with this? Could just be that it's a creative outlet and you want to get more reach. Fine as well. Now, account health. That's the thing. Your views are kind of low. You have 2,800 followers, so the views are okay. The question is, do most of your views come from your existing followers or from your non-followers? That would be important to know to kind of assess this whole thing. Because one thing I've noticed is, you have 2,800 followers. You have, let me just scroll down. How long have you been posting? Clean Desk Setup actually said something interesting to what I said before. I tested call to actions for captions. I noticed short and hard call to action does the best for me, at least. Yes, in the captions, yeah, definitely. What I meant was, like, if you just drop it in a video or every once in a while, it's, every once in a while, especially in the captions, you should have some hard call to action. Yeah. Yeah, with that being said, how long have you been posting content here? Because I'm not sure that all of your followers came from posting this type of content. Maybe you could tell me. Because if we go, let's just go to the social blade right here. I think I have a link prepared. We can see that, if we go here, we can see that you gained most of your followers in 2020 until 2021, and then it kind of died down. This was also when you did some follow on follow. So, Also, you've been losing followers for more than a year. Question is why? A lot of the times that happens if you have changed up your content completely. And if we look into your account, it's 10 years old. I don't think you've used this. I think you probably had different content beforehand. You can also see you have different usernames. So in this case, it could be that your audience right now is not really the actual target audience and the algorithms are confused. So yeah. But I have been posting for a few years. Most of my followers are other dog accounts. Okay, if that is the case, perfect. Then I say profile optimization, account health, let's say, again, generally speaking, I give it a 6 out of 10 just because it's a little uncertain whether this whole situation with the follow and follow, stuff like this. I think the content is mostly why there's not no real breakout videos, but we'll get to that. Okay, profile optimization. Yeah, so we have a nice clean bio. We have some story highlights there. We have a picture. We'll get into that. I think one kind of issue that I see with your content, and that has nothing to do with the profile optimization in general, is that the angles sometimes they're just like from up. This one is actually better, but some of them are like, like you're standing and you're filming down to the dog. Not always, but what we see work a lot is if it's roughly at the level with your dog, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I mean, you're kind of doing it. Yeah, but I'll show you another example in a second. In terms of profile optimization, one thing, it seems like you're following a lot of people. If you follow more than 1,000 people, the Instagram algorithm doesn't really like you. I mean, it ranks you down because, it's not good to follow so many people. So there's that. But overall, I would still give your profile optimization score a 7 out of 10 even. Yeah. So your content audience fit, meaning generally, does your content fit your audience? I think it's there. Obviously, people want to see dog-related content. I think it could have more variety though. Depends exactly on what you want to do. Right now, it's just mostly very one-sided into you're showcasing like the cute side of things. But maybe there's like some other content that you can show. But generally speaking, it's pretty much there. I'd say I'd give it a 7 out of 10 as well. Production quality. I think there's a lot to do in terms of production quality. First of all, I think it's taken with a phone, which is not the issue, but either the settings or the phone is older. That like here, it's just not really sharp. It's like the same thing I talk over and over again. There's just something missing in terms of the lighting. There's some shakiness going on every once in a while, like a little bit, like as you can see here. It's also not sharp. So I think it's just a setting issue. I don't think it's the phone per se. Honestly, it must be a setting issue because I think you have a good phone, to be honest. Could be a setting issue, could be a lighting issue, could be a setup issue. But yeah. Do you edit your videos in terms of the video, like the video, like the colors? Could be that they're just like the contrast is just a little bit too high, something like that. And this is what I mean. The goalpost is kind of shifting in terms of the quality needs to be a little better this year, is what I notice. Somebody's asking something interesting. All these comments, could it be an engagement group? Yes. Could you tell me a little bit about that? Because it's a lot of other dog accounts. Because if it's an engagement group, obviously that's something bad. Yeah. So the production quality, I would give yourself, it's not the end of the world, 5 out of 10. Now, content quality in terms of where do you stand in the whole spectrum? I think this is your major bottleneck. Your dog is super cute and, obviously, but so are a million other dogs. So there has to be a way to just make it stand out just a little more. I'll show you in a second some coincidence, actually. I say right now this is like a 4 out of 10, to be honest. But let me actually show you something. Do I find it here? Let me actually show you a dog account from actually not just the creator mentorship, but even better, and greetings. This is a dog account. It's more in the direction of educational content, but not only. So it has more variety. And yeah, at some point we're going to make a video with her, hopefully. But yeah, in my opinion, she has one of the best dog accounts out there. And she was part of the creator mentorship 2 years ago or something like this, 1.5 years ago. And she was actually so good that she's now part of the coaching team of heyDominik, of the whole creator mentorship. But as you can see, her 28 million, her content, like also in terms of the production quality, it's also a phone, but it's just different. I think it's the contrast. I think it has to be something to do with post-production. Also, it's like down there, more like on the level. And obviously she follows a content strategy. Let's not get into that. But yeah, just as kind of a contrasting example and maybe some part of research for you that you can take into consideration. Yeah, so hooks, let's go back here. Hooks are, I don't think they're that bad because your dog is kind of a hook, but this one doesn't have a hook at all. It's still a hook, so I know you have the, like I can see you have like the right way of viewing things because the song is the hook and your dog is the hook. A lot of the times we still need a text hook.
I'm the one you want. I'm the one you want. It's me. It's me.
So yeah, you have hooks. They could be better, obviously, like always, but I think your hooks are, let's just give them 6 out of 10. Totally fine. And your content strategy overall, I would also give it a 6 out of 10. Yeah. With that being said, so the actual bottleneck here is a little bit of production quality and the content quality, meaning standing out from the rest of the crowd. And what did I just drop? The soap. Yeah, standing out from your competitors, from similar creators. Appearing, I think that's the most important thing. It doesn't seem like you appear like the actual purposeful creator, you know? And I think there's just a few switches and tweaks that you should or need to be doing. First of all, just removing this, by the way. But yeah, again, I missed the comments here a lot. So, yeah. Somebody says best account of the stream. Yes, I agree. As you can see, content is very good actually. Not that bad. Obviously, still huge room for improvement. But this is an example where a few tweaks, a few intentional tweaks will go a long way. Good question. Would you unfollow some of the accounts to get it under 1,000 all at once, or gradually? Gradually. Don't do it instantly. That's bad. The algorithm's not going to like you. So slowly, better slowly than just done. One more glass. No, my friends. There's still a lot in there. I don't even want to finish this one, to be honest. But yeah, let's make a quick round. And then I would say we're off. Because we've been here for 2 hours. God, crazy. So yeah, just let me know. Tell me why, like what you think your issue is, what your niche is, and your account name / your URL right now. And if it's interesting, I will go. I will go and check it out. If there's nothing interesting, I'll just go. I'll just stop the stream. But you need to, and this is kind of like a thing to hook you in, to kind of learn how to create hooks. You need to hook me, right? Think of something to get my attention. There's something going on. Okay. I think the chat has some issues. Because I have an iPad here and the chat is totally different. I'm missing most... Huh? The chat is glitchy. I see something from Eileen Murphy. Hello, I'm back. Just got my dirty water. What did I miss? Well, We'll be done pretty soon. So you better down it. Okay, don't just post your name, your content, your username. I want to know why it's interesting and like what issue you have. You know, you need to hook me. If you that's how you should approach it. You probably know me at least a little bit right now, so think of it. I'm your target audience. I'm your one true fan. So what do you need to write to get my attention right now? And then just wrap this around your own content for your content strategy, and voila, you'll be drowning in views. See, Luca P, interesting. There you go, online coffee roasting biz. High quality videos, no views, coffee niche. See, that's all I need to know. That's literally all I need to know. And that just got my attention. So, lightning rounds. Coffee roasting. And please, everybody, just give me also your first impression. And, you know how it's like. Interesting. Another animal. Giving animals another shot at life, e-commerce coffee shop. So, as funny as that might sound, like this for me is like a little bit of a disconnect, because there's like some coffee stuff, and then I see giving animals another shot at life, and the first picture, the pinned post is a dog. You know, it could be that people might see that and they are just confused, you know, in a way. So maybe if you give your actual value prop in there in the first line and then introduce your second thing, which is a cool thing, obviously, might be better. With that being said, you have 224 followers at 2021. Let's just take a look at some of your content.
Let's make the lava cake latte at home. I did go to Dunkin' recently, and I was blown away that this drink was $5.19 for a medium, so I decided to try it and recreate it at home. First, we're going to take 1 to 2 tablespoons of our chocolate syrup. Second, we're going to add about a teaspoon or 3 pumps of our hazelnut syrup. After that, we are going to add in a splash of cream just to get that thick texture that the Dunkin' one has, and froth it up to get it combined. After that, we're going to add in our espresso or whichever coffee you'd like. If you don't have an espresso machine, you can use just regular coffee and make an iced variant of this, or whatever you have. After that, we're going to mix it up a little bit just to get it all stirred
the content
and mixed
itself
together.
is pretty interesting, because these, I consider them DIY videos, or cool. However, I think the production quality and the packaging is not where it should be. I think we did this recently, like in one of my recent videos. I showed a similar video of how it should be. The first frame needs to flash me, right? With the text, with the framing, with the shot, with, you know, stuff like this, with the quality and everything. And here it just doesn't. For me, I don't even know. Lava cake latte at home, cool. Some people might not know it, some people might know it, but just the text, the font is kind of not the best. Also too big, probably almost at the edge on your phone if you open it on your phone. And then here,
Go to Dunkin'
it's just
recently, and
right.
I was blown away that
Sure. Then you give like this. I didn't even read this because it's just a bunch, like a wall of text. You know, there's no hierarchy there. It's just not really nicely, like aesthetically pleasing, which is a thing that's important in content like yours. You know, I don't say that just to piss you off. I say that because I have, you know, experiences in that game a little bit. There you go. I still think what I would do is I would like create like the the lava cake latte. You say it's $5. I would put the real one there, say $5, and then yours 23 cents or something like this. Here's how to do it in like a nice different frame, right? Somebody said, show the end result as the first take. The first thing is actually the end result. See, but that's the thing. People don't understand it too. They're not really not used to it. Let me, if I knew which video it was. Let me find it right now. Actually, it's probably not the, or maybe it is the one. Try to look at this video. I'm not sure. No, it's probably not. In one of my recent videos, I had a very similar creator. Did you not watch it, Luca? Maybe this, because she's trying to
make it.
Oh, here. I mean, I don't think we should just watch this. But you watch this, okay? Basically, I did like this is my take on one of the coffee people, how I would make my video make. Now, how I would make the dirty water is having an effect on me. But this is how I would make it. But can we see, like, there's some example. I just want to show you the example here. Where is it?
From figuring that out, we can go and take a look at things to do with coffee making.
Here, for example.
But still, we know that
Somebody
our
shows how to
audience
make,
is
like,
also
an iced
into that.
latte.
So let's find some patterns and similarities of content that we can bring over to our own content from somewhere totally outside of our niche.
Yeah. Shut up, Dominic. Yes. Lucas said there's better ones. Let's just take a look at this one. The thing is, if you know that there's better ones, why do you post it then?
I got this comment on the last video where I combined Coca-Cola and espresso because I saw it on Coca-Cola's TikTok page and thought, let me try that out for myself and see what it's all about. Go check that video out if you want to see my reaction to it. But this sparked another soda coffee drink, and it is ginger ale mixed with iced coffee. Without further ado, I guess.
So here, like, the idea is pretty cool. But the thing is, you ramble too much. And I'm actually guilty of that myself. My videos are usually nowadays about 50 minutes long, and they are being edited down to 15, you know? So yeah, there's that. But even if you have like a comment reaction, they did numbers on TikTok, so I shared it to Instagram. Yeah, this type of video generally performs better on TikTok the way it is. But still, if you create something like this, comment reaction video, you still want to think of, you still need to have a hook, and you still need to have a setup, you still need to have a payoff, you still need to get to the point, because then you're going to do way more numbers even also on TikTok. So here, for example, you say, I got this comment. People swipe through, they're like, I don't know who you are, I don't care about the comment is so much to read. Ugh, goodbye. You can either have this comment reply or have your own hook and say, again, ginger ale and iced coffee, for example.
Last video where I combined Coca-Cola and espresso.
If your last video, for example, does well, if you say Coca-Cola espresso, you can start. Last time I combined Coca-Cola and espresso, somebody asked me to do this and this. Let's try it out, right? And then while you do it, you can talk a little bit. But honestly, I think it's too long. But yeah. Cool. With that being said, I feel like I've seen your content at some point, man. I kind of like the setup. Can be a little better in terms of production quality a little bit.
The beans. This is from the...
A little bit. Your audio is good. But yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's do one last one. Because I see a yellow, an orange heyDominik thing. Z Automotive. I remember you from at least your name. I remember your name from somewhere. Automotive. Do you sell tanks to? let's not even get into that. But yeah, okay. So give me something, man. Give me something, man. I don't like that attitude. Automotive, selling our own programmer full of features. What? Lean into sales or trends. Okay. What always ignored? What do you mean always ignored? Here's what's up, man. There's not a lot of things that I don't like, but I don't like whininess. So I'll still take a look at your account, but that's not how to get attention. That's not how you get ahead. Okay, so let's take a look. Z Automotive, electric programming for performance, racing, off-roading, car shows, and more. Interesting. I'm just thinking of a way how to, like, if people really understand what this thing is about. Yeah, with that being said, let's take a look into some of the... Did we take a look? I think I took a look in one of your videos. I think I saw this.
We bought the 2025 Truck of the Year. But what exactly does that mean for us and for you, our community? As you can see, we have quite a few vehicles here. And yes, some might just be the boss's toys like this one and this one here. But all these others serve a purpose for us here at Z Automotive. But with only about a week of ownership on our new truck.
So here's what's up. It starts off strong, to be honest. It starts off really strong. I'd be interested in the... basically the hook metric, where you say, well, probably you have that already, where you can see, well, how many people stayed past the 3-second mark.
We bought the 2025 Truck of the Year. But what?
So yeah, this is a very good hook. I'm not too big of a fan of this Truck of the Year because it's a little hard to read. But it's a good idea.
But what exactly does that mean for us and for you, our community? As you can see, we have quite a few.
I think from there on, it's just rambling a bit too much. Always think of like what's going on here. So, for example, we bought the 2025 Truck of the Year. At any point, this is what I'm always talking telling the people in the Creator Mentorship. At any point of your video, of your content, people have one question in their mind, and if they don't have a question in their mind, you're doing something wrong with the script. So, in this case. What questions do people have in their mind? Well, what's the truck of the year? And like, why? Like, what's going on? So you want to figure out a way to answer that. And then while answering that, push them even further to elevate their curiosity. Because here is just like rambling. And then people are not even going to watch what's going on. So I think this is like a script issue. Now... let's take a look at your most viewed video. This is a cool video. Very relatable, But yeah, average watch on this was 14 seconds, but it was only posted yesterday, so hard to gauge.
We bought the...
insights. Okay, wait for 3-4 days. But I don't think it's going to work a lot more. It's a cool car, by the way, though. Okay, another.
It's finally here, and I'm finally back in the office. So let's see what we got as our new vehicle. And yes, I went outside just to come inside for a dramatic effect. And you guessed it, it's the RHO. Well, some of you guessed it. Of course, what everybody actually wants to hear is the RHO exhaust compared to our tier.
Okay, this is good. This is pretty good. This is basically what I just said. Before. So here, good hook. So you're pretty good with
it's
the hooks.
Finally here, and I'm finally back in the office.
So even people who don't follow you, generally speaking, they see this key it's good quality content, and they're like, well, here's what's up. It's about cars.
Finally here, and I'm
finally here.
finally
What is
back
here?
in
What
the
is this
office.
thing?
So let's see what we got as our new vehicle.
So people are like, I want to know what vehicle this is.
And yes,
Open it up. Anticipation. Truck.
I went outside just
Then there's a pattern interrupt, and you actually say, well, if I went outside, blah, blah, blah. Kind of relatable.
to come inside for dramatic
that
effect.
keeps
And you
people
guessed it, it's the RHO. Well,
So then you give them the answer. So you answered basically the first question that they had at the beginning. So this is naturally the point when most people would leave. Thing is, though, you have a secondary hook right after. And I don't know if you do that consciously or it's luck or just, feel. But sometimes it's good to kind of make you aware of, what you do.
some of you guessed it. Of course, what everybody
So
actually
here,
wants
of course, what
to
everyone
hear
wants to hear is
is
the
the RHO
RHO
exhaust compared to our
compared. So another secondary hook, cool. And then it goes on. Could be that it's a little too long, to be honest. But it's getting there. Now, you post a lot of content and there's like a range, which is generally a good thing. A range of reach. And it just shows me that your account like this is totally fine. Interesting. So let's take a look at this one again. Or also.
Attention, all Rubicon owners. If that light on your dash was lit up, you need to get the Z Automotive Z Locker with plug and play installation.
Cool. Also interesting. Interesting that this blew up. Interesting. Yeah, so the pattern that I see still here is like the relatable content, like this one. Also, like this one gets you more views. The question is, what do you think is your bottleneck right now? Like, what is your next immediate goal? Do that 24K one with the 3 people. Where is it? I don't find it. Did I miss it? Did I miss it? You kidding me? Am I stupid? Oh, there. Sorry. Okay. What should I say? Yeah, pretty good. I mean, the thing is, the relatable content works for you. The slightly funny content works for you. So the question is, do you want to keep doing that or not? And does that help you get to your goal? Yes, I've seen that. It's all probably you, right? Which is also good. Which is also another part of going above and beyond. Now, yes, my question is, does that lead you, like these relatable sort of funny videos, do they get you to your goal or not? If yes, double down on them a little more. If not, figure out a way. Analyze your content, because you have a lot of content to analyze. Content that actually got you closer towards your goal. Could be that, for example, a video that has 7K views got you more sales or whatever it is, you know. Question, it's relatable, but how do I lean into selling the product with those? Like a few things. First of all, you can do the one, just to open the floodgates, create videos like these that just have a lot of people seeing your content. And then obviously by just using stories, obviously. And here, I would make this a little clearer. It's just to make people aware what that is, what you do. Even for, like, think of it like this onion. Think of, in this case, it feels like you're speaking to people who know what your product is about. But if you go for relatable people, you want to assume people don't really know and they're not really aware yet that they even need your product. So that's the one thing. Then obviously create multiple other pieces of content where you kind of doing exactly that, making people aware that they have a problem or a need, actually. And yes, and then you can like make very funny, like in a funny way, you can include your product. There's ways to do it. Obviously, right now off the cuff, this is a little hard. But like overly obvious, advertising videos, right? I would make story highlights and pin one video that you create where you show people, where you kind of not just showing, but in a relatable yet maybe funny way, explain people more about your product. Pin that. It's okay if there's one in there that doesn't have like 20 million. Does not matter. You just want to get awareness. And then utilize the stories. That's the thing. I think you want to draw, most likely, looking at these few bits of data that I have here, most likely you want to go the broad route and go really broad with content like this, and then do the selling mostly in the stories. The 4.9 is exactly that. Let me see.
I just discovered the best anti-theft device to help protect these assets. A lot of people were upset that we would just keep the keys of our vehicles right on the seat. So we got a lockbox to put our keys in. Some people really like our Taser pin lock feature, which will lock up the brakes if the pin is not entered correctly. You can see the countdown going right here, or if you throw it into drive or any gear, it will lock up the brakes. But then there are others that say that feature is easily bypassed. Then we have many people that...
good. Very good. As you can see, it's a little too long. I'm not saying it's a bad video at all, obviously. But it's a little too long. You can create multiple of these in various lengths. I feel like, again, this goes a little deeper and kind of touches your audience that's way more aware. So in the audience scale, go a little broader again and kind of simplify things about, think of them as some 5th graders or something like this, and make it shorter. And just have a few more videos like this. Obviously, make that a thing. You can, by the way, just repost some of them too. If you notice you sell people or you create sales with them. Here, honestly, I would remove TikTok and YouTube. That's, it's not going to help you. Also bad for the other platforms, because here there's a tracking and here there's a tracking too, which links back to your TikTok and YouTube account. So YouTube also knows that you link people over. And yeah. And then there was still one thing that I wanted to say, but I forgot right now. Because, my friends, it's time to say goodbye. Didn't expect that, huh? That's how you need to stop your YouTube, the videos, your Reels, your TikToks, and your Shorts. I'll see you in a few days. Again, you can go to creatormentorship.com, apply, have a chat with Florian, who used to be here. I don't think he's here anymore. Now we can talk bad behind his back. And I'll see you later. Thanks a lot. Goodbye, everybody. Cheers.